Wall Street Mania. What up? I don't really get to do these live, and sorry, I probably look like crap. I sound like crap because I think I got like the flu or something. I don't know. I know this weekend was bad. Pretty much almost took me out. Had a 102.9 fever. But hey, Lord kept me here. I ain't saying you go die from it, but it was pretty serious. And right now, feel like I'm chewing on glass pretty much, my throat and stuff. So, hey, we're not going to focus on it. We're going to do this live since I don't work today. Called off. I don't ever call off work, but I needed a rest day. Even though I'm trading, I still need a rest day. I need to make money somehow. So, let's go. So, let's go over and we're going to capture what I'm kind of looking at right now. I'm on my funded account and I'm on my real account. So we only risking about 1%, less than 1% on my funded. And we're going to go a little heavy on my real account. So right now, we are on my real account. So we took a loss Friday off market open, which was so stupid. I don't even know why I took it. But right now we have 49,765. Tell you guys what I'm kind of looking at as I'm looking at it. So right now I'm in a 4-hour. I always wait for my 4-hour zones, and I'm on YM or MYM. And what I'm looking at is where price shot all the way up, and I'm waiting for this zone to touch again. I always call it a hot zone because mainly I'm looking for the zone to be touched as if you touching a hot stove and it react and then you bounce back. Okay. So right now we see it's approaching. How do I mark out my zones? I'll show you guys real quick. I take the regular candlestick and I mark out the bottom wicks to the bottom body. So I take the lowest body to the wick and I mark this out right here. Boom. And I do this on regular candlesticks. And then what I do is I switch over to the Heikinashi. And I also do it on the Heikinashi side. And it's whichever one gives me the reaction. And that's the one I'm looking for. So mainly with these two, they're both the same. So I'm okay with that. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Bam. And all I do is just for visual. I feel like death right now. And then mainly for the visual, again, this is the 4-hour time frame. And it's just a big waiting game at this point, y'all. I think it's my first actual live one that y'all seen. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to switch over to 2 accounts. I'm gonna try to get logged in on one, take one entry, and then switch over to the other one. Or I might just use it on my phone. Like it really just depends. Matter of fact, I'm gonna see if this one don't kick me out if I do this. Well, let me do this. Cool. And as y'all can see, I'm on my real account as well. I don't know if y'all can see that, but so we mainly essentially gonna take the same trade. So what am I looking for? So I'm looking for price to touch into my zone, and then I'm looking for price to break a recent swing high. Since I'm looking for a bounce off of a support zone, I'm looking for a break of a recent swing high. Now, most people don't go over this, but how do I determine a swing high? I'll show you. Because this trade happened earlier, which was so annoying for me and my boy. See how this thing sunk right here? See this 4-hour zone I had marked out? It never tapped into the zone. I mean, literally never tapped. So what I look for, hold on. What I look for is for price to come up to a zone. And when I say break of a recent swing high or low, you see how you have this candle right here? And then two candles to the left have not passed this one up. And then two candles to the right hasn't passed this up. This for me is a swing low. That's a most recent swing low for me. So I'm looking for a break of that. And then once it breaks, I'm going to enter in immediately right here. My swing high is going to be right above. Now, obviously, I don't have it even. I always put it a couple notches above. If you want to know how many notches I do, for YM, I do about 8 notches above. And then from that point, I write it down to a 2-to-1. And as you can see, this thing went way further than a 2-to-1. Way further than a 2-to-1. So right now, it's just a waiting game until it gets hit. I'm telling y'all, like, look, being sick ain't no joke. Ain't no joke for real. When it comes down to trading, guys, yes, your winning rate means everything, but y'all have to understand something, that winning rates and your losses are all incorporated into that particular strategy. For example, I think we all forget that because we all want to win. We all want to go through our trades and we want to win. And then when we lose, even if we follow our rules, the first thing we do is, oh man, well, it was something I didn't follow. I did something. It was something stupid I didn't do. No, it was all included. What the heck? But understand that your winning rate and your losing rate is all incorporated. So if you have a 60% winning rate, that's saying that you're still going to lose 40% of that time. And that can be within a month's time, 6 months, however many trades you do, 100 trades, whatever the case is. But that's all incorporated into it. So I think that's something that we all need to kind of remember and start incorporating, is because when you lose, understand that you were supposed to lose. If you followed your trade and you lost, 9 times out of 10, it was because you were supposed to lose that particular trade. That's all it is. You were supposed to lose the trade. So hopefully this video, when you guys see it, it kind of helps you guys out a little bit better. But again, this is a freaking live trade for me. So we're going to see. And we are touching. We in. I had to text my boy and let him know. Ready. Now, basically how this works is this. My orange line is going to show you exactly where my swing highs are. So right now, for example, if I was to take a trade, I would basically take an entry here. Reason why is because, like I said, my swing high is going to be any area where there's 2 candles to the left and the right that have not surpassed it. And even if they're even, that's perfectly fine too. So 2 to the left, 1, 2, 2 to the right, 1, 2. So this right here will be my entry. But it looks like it's going down even further, which I love even more. Love it even more. Boom. Just cross. So needed that right there. So now all I'm waiting for my entry is a break of a swing high. And at that point, boom. Well, like I said, guys, if y'all like this content, again, just let me know. Posting it regardless, win or loss. But if y'all like this content, because a lot of these traders, like a lot of people lie over this stuff and fake it. And, you know, I've even been disappointed from a lot of traders that I watch at the beginning to turn out that they were fakes and stuff. And I ain't going to call none of them out because that's not what this is about right now. But you got to be careful, basically, on the people you watch. Just texting my wife. Boy, Pete just texted me and said he's still in it. Pete has been murdering the game. Still going. So right now, this candle right here, to where you have two to the left and two to the and one to the right that haven't passed it up. This is going to be my new entry if it comes down to it. So I got to get this one ready. So if I get a close after 29 seconds, this becomes my new high. Reason being, because this candle is higher than these two to the left, and this candle will be higher than these two to the right. And then if that's the case, then 46 times. Then I got to switch over to YM. Boom. Reason why I got to switch over to YM is because of my entry. So bam. So we'll do a buy order here. What the heck just happened? Okay, I'm gonna say don't do me like that. Come on, computer. I got so many things hooked up to this dang on computer. That's why I was freaking out. But that's also why I keep my phone just in case. Come on, I'll do this. Like, why are we doing this? I mean, y'all seeing this thing firsthand. Hopefully. This thing freezing up on me and everything. Which don't matter because, like I said, worst case scenario, I just switch over to my phone. But let's move this over here. Boom. And then we go back down. This is crazy. All right. Well, thank you. All right. 66 times 5 is 330. 66 times 5 times 0.5. So we'll keep this one. If this one triggers me in, six times 0.5. 75. 375. What do I do? 75 times 0.5 times. Yeah, no, we'll keep it here. Again, you guys are still live, so y'all still seeing this. I have not taken any entries yet. Again, same thing. 414. 414.78. All right, we bouncing back. And then entry wise, I like to take it one notch above. Let's go ahead and do 3. All right. So we got 78 times 3 times 0.5. So risking 100 and boom. Okay. Oh, this thing moving. All right. If we win this trade, let's go ahead and put a stop loss. Bam. 156 times 5. We win this. Huh? Yeah. Jeez. We're risking 390. A little bit more than what I wanted to do, to be completely honest. But why not? If we win this, 109 times 3. It's 163 on the books if we win this particular trade. So it's already reacting off of what we wanted to react off of. So cool. Bam. Again, y'all seen the setup. So here we go. All right, we in. Boom. My real account never triggered me in. There we go. We in now. All right. So now I'm gonna set my stop loss. Sell 3. So let's see what happens, y'all. Now I'm watching this right now, but I normally don't like watching these, to be completely honest with you. Just because it's more nerve wracking than anything to watch trades. Let me see if I can stretch this out a little bit more so y'all can visually see this. Bam. All right, and again, this is all done live, so y'all see that I'm in on this one as well. So right now we up $55 on funded and we up $12 on the real account. So we'll see. Now what I like to do is, as far as stop loss goes, so my stop loss is at 81. I like to at least bring it down to, let's see, that'd be 88. Boom. That way that just gives me a little bit of breathing room. Now I can set a 2-to-1 based on this, or I can set a 2-to-1 based on my entry and the most recent swing low. And that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna keep it where I normally do. But right now, I mean, we up on 2. I ain't gonna record the one on my phone. It's retarded. My boy Pete ain't playing no games. Now, another thing that I do too, guys, is when my trade hits about a 1.7, so for example, this right here. And any trade can lose. You know what I mean? Like I told y'all before, if this trade loses, then I was designed to lose. That's just how it is. But when my trade usually hits about a 1.7, this is when I break even. So, boom. I'm going to say right here, alert. I'm going to say break even. But we up $170 right now. We up $40 on my real account. So we're already making our money back. But again, things can really go south at any time, really. But it's okay, though. Like, when I tell y'all, even though I'm right here, I really don't even want to watch this trade. Like, I really don't want to watch this trade. But we had a good time and stuff like that, so we're just going to see. Which is why I have my PlayStation right here. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. Oh, shoot. Let me turn this down. Hold on, y'all. So I don't want to get none of this. All right, cool. All right. So this one's kind of playing out right now. We're gonna chill. PlayStation. My PS4 upstairs. And we're just gonna chill. Cause I don't like watching trades like this right here. You see how it's already back in drawdown? I don't like looking at that stuff. Because watching trades don't determine if they win or not. Just being honest. They don't. If anything, they trigger emotions. Because if you watching a trade, and let's say it's approaching your TP, and it starts pulling back, 9 times out of 10, you're going to pull out of that trade or you're going to do something stupid. And if you're not watching the trade, you don't know what's happening. That's not saying you're being dumb because you setting alerts. You setting alerts at areas that you do want to look at. Like at a 1.7 to a 1.6, I do want to actually start looking at my trades because then that's when I want to determine to say if I am going to break even or not or whatever the case is. So that's why. So for me right now, I'm just chilling. And this kind of keeps my head off of not having to look at the market. Because the market is going to do something again and do some type of pull down bull crap that's going to irritate me and go, oh, why didn't I take this? Or why didn't I do that? But again, this is live. So once again, up 16. So it's already pulling a little bit. Up 16, up 10. And this is why we don't look at our trades. This is why we don't look at our trades. I do got a headache. I think my wife texted me though. What did she say? She said sorry. It's because I'm just not feeling the best. Yeah. We are still recording. It's 39 minutes. But y'all are seeing it. Y'all seeing the setup and stuff, and hopefully we get a big push to the upside. Like really do. Ooh, I almost hit the exit button. Oh, I would have been mad. We just not gonna touch nothing. How about that? I almost hit the exit button. Oh my gosh. All right, we're going through a little bit of consolidation right here. Hopefully get a break to the upside, but we just bounced off of a 4-hour untouched zone. So we should be set. But like I said, the winning goal on this trade is 162 points. So 162 times 5 is 8. 162 times 5 is 8. If I lose this trade, 89 times 5. Really don't want to lose 4. I really don't want to lose $400 on this fund because that's over the amount that I want to lose on. But we're going to see. So hopefully this is like a smooth selling trade. My boy Pete just said the only thing is there's not a lot of liquidity up top. Well, once it sweeps these highs, that should be liquidity above it to keep going. And it's not even like a off of the trades. This is off of like me just feeling crappy. And here we go with this drop crap. And this is why I say this is the part that's hard because like the mental part of it. You just got to trust your trades. As I was told at the very beginning of my trading journey 3 years ago by a guy, I said, how do you know when you to get out of trades and stuff? He was like, did you trust the trade enough to get in it? I was like, yeah. He was like, all right, then that's all you need. I'm like, bet. If y'all heard that sound, that's because if you own a PlayStation 4, you understand that it sounds like a vacuum cleaner. So that's what y'all hearing right now. This freaking vacuum cleaner. Now again, even if we hit a 1.7, that's not saying that we not gonna lose this particular trade. You know what I mean? Now we'll break even, but I'm willing to break even and protect myself. I'm not willing to get all the way up here for price to come all the way back down. And I don't even care if it came all the way down here in reverse. Regardless, it's about protecting yourself on these particular trades. So I'm finna just chill. I like to play a little car mechanics simulator. So I'm a car guy. And I'm just chilling in the game. We making $88 right now so far. And we got 300 on this. Ooh. Ooh, okay. It's pushing. Wait. I had that all wrong. Ooh. I almost shorted myself money on this particular trade. On my real account. I'm up $100 now on my real account. So $100. The account now is at 520. And I almost shorted myself on this because what the heck? I was at a 1. That's why you always got to pay attention, because I was at like a 1 something, a 1.3. What the freak? We up 121. Let's go. Up $112. I literally almost shorted myself on this particular trade. That's crazy. That is insane to me. But we up 355, 370 on this trade. I'm gonna see if y'all can make sure y'all can see this. Boom. There we go. We approaching. We at the 465 and stuff. So we're just chilling. Oh my gosh. I need to take some what does my wife always say? Some I forgot what it's called. It's like a little, ooh, don't like that candle. Really don't like that candle I just seen. But whatever. I gotta take a little dang it, I forgot what it was. It's like forgot what it is. It's like a little herb thing. My nose is stopped up. Like I say, once this trade done, regardless, like I'm gonna still edit it and stuff like that and put it out, but we're just chilling. Again, this is why you don't watch trades, because regardless of what happens, you guys will see. Now, in reality, this whole trade can go completely bad. This whole trade. You don't beat yourself up over it. Like right now, I'm up $130 on my actual real account. I'm up $410 on this account. I'm not going to beat myself up if I freaking lose the trade. You know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. Now, I do want to see how much I'll be. So it's like 159 times 3 times 0.5. So 238 trade. So it'd be, if it hits, it hits. It'd be great, but we'll see. It's hard. This is so hard not to look at these things, because then you go, why didn't I take it? So in reality, this trade lose. I'm gonna say, why didn't I take? I am gonna say it, but it's just part of trading. You gotta trust your trades. You know, we should be about the same thing. 46.2. Yeah. Just pray to the Lord that everything works out, you know. Lord knows I'm trying to run my business with this and stuff and do everything. So, but we up right now. So that's the plus side. But we're not at a break-even point yet. It's the only thing. When I'm at break-even, I feel a little bit. I ain't gonna say a little bit better. I feel a lot better. Get over this little consolidation phase. All I want to do is hear that alert go off, that beep sound, and I'm like, oh, yes. The drop is just nasty. I just hate when it gets all that low because then it has to push all the way back up. You know what I mean? I'm only up $97 on my, now I'm up $105 on my real account. That's what I say. The cool thing is with trading, man, like you can, once you learn it, like you can make money if you sick or not, you know? And I'm not doing any physical work or anything like that. So, don't get me wrong, I love my job. I respect my job. But realistically, do I want to be at my job for the rest of my life? And no. And that's definitely not going to happen at all. I want to be able to chill with my family and spend time with my family and everything. And is trading number one going to get me there? The only thing? No. Like, there's got to be other things with it. But you guys can see at this point, you know what I mean, that anybody can do this. Like, anybody can do this, guys. Anybody can do this. Trying to get it to break over this consolidation phase, but I always hate these drops. Regardless of what I tell y'all, I'm still gonna react in a human way. You know what I mean? You still get that goosebumps of racing because with trading, it's the click of a button. It's very unique compared to anything else that we do. So, it's dropping. It's dropping hard. But I'm going to hold this thing out until we either hit TP. And I think we just got a. Did we reach above this? No, we didn't reach above it. Ah, shoot. Ow. I felt like glass, bro. It's crazy. My wife said, "Are you still trading?" Yes. The fact that we are still playing around drawdown is crazy, which means there's something. It's grabbing something. It's got something that it wants. But I don't think it has enough. And sure enough, I'm correct. Because technically, the spot that it hit was not a liquidity sweep. It was just even. Unless we go under that, now that is a liquidity sweep. And I think this trade is pretty much done at this point. What we was, like I say, I'm going to bed. That, my friend, was a liquidity sweep right there. That was a low from earlier that it created. It actually swept under that low. Hopefully that was enough, but we're going to see. I don't put anything past the market anymore. That's the market. So I don't put anything past the market. And even when you think you got all the things correct within the market will show up and be like, psych. So don't assume that you know the market. Remember, market is all high probability. Do I want to win this trade? Obviously, I want to win this trade. If I do the same thing I did today 100 times, I'm going to be right way more times than I'm going to be wrong. So this looks like just live. This is just one of those times that everything was correct. Again, this was just one of those ones that I was just designed to lose. And that's okay. Because you gotta have your losing days in order for you to have your winning days. Yeah, this thing is beyond cooked. Beyond cooked. I'm one tick away, so it's pretty much game over at this point. That'd be funny if it even went past that candle, but it's cooked. Boom. All right, guys. I mean, that was that. See, I understand. Trade went up. We was in profit, a good amount of money, but yeah, this was just one of those days to where it just didn't win. So I'm still gonna post this regardless so y'all can see it and everything. Still a learning experience, but yeah, if y'all want to see more content on this, my head hurts. If y'all want to see more content on this, let me know. Please subscribe to Wall Street Mania. But we lost 120 on the real and 439 on this account. All right, Wall Street Mania. I didn't even want to show y'all this because this is just me being upfront and honest with y'all. So I told y'all I was gonna go in one time. Well, I did go in the second time. Second time I actually did win and made my money back. As y'all seen, I was down like 600 and something today. I didn't trade on my real account, but I went back in on my funded account. And as y'all can see right here, I'm at $396.20. So basically what happened was not only did I make, oops, hold on. Y'all can't see that. Boop. Let's move my head out the way. All right. 1 second, y'all. Bam. All right. So as y'all can see right here, I made, not only I make all my money back that I lost, but I'm up $396.20 on a day on my funded account, which brings it to 50,161.44. Again, y'all can do the calculations. Like I told y'all before, I'm not a trader that's gonna post some BS and everything. If I win, I win. If I lose, I lose, which is fine. But I'll explain to you what trade I took, why I took it. It wasn't just even a gamble trade either. So let's check this out real quick. So bam. So again, this is all based on my strategy once again. But if we come right here, this was the trade that I lost. This was the trade I won. And I only went in for a 1-to-1. So what happened was I actually switched over to YM and I kind of did more of an all or nothing deal. The reason why I did this was because, as y'all can see, I told y'all in the first video, or I told y'all beginning, that this was going to go back up if it had a sweep. And the sweep obviously didn't happen in between any of this. So the biggest sweep was this right here. And sure enough, what happened? Price came under here and did a liquidity sweep, which is right here, and then it shot up. I've seen this happen so many times, and what was so dope about it was it not only swept, but it also was in a 4-hour support zone. So that gave me two confluences that this trade was going to go up. So what happened was the minute it broke a swing high, which I told y'all before, swing high is going to be any area where there's 2 to the left and 2 to the right of candles that have not been broken. That's my swing high. So this right here was a swing high. So I got in right here on this trade. And all I did was I wrote this out to a 1-to-1. Now, I'm not going to lie to y'all. I went heavy on this trade. I went 5 contracts, which was 5 contracts on this for YM, which came out to $1,000. So I basically made on this trade $1,064 on the funded account. Of course, I had to pay back the money that I lost, which was the 600 plus. So basically that left me with the $396. Of course, you can do the math, but I got out right at about a 1-to-1. All right. So that's where I'm pretty much at 400 on Y. But the main reason, and it did go to a 2-to-1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Boom. It did actually hit a 2-to-1 and then it reversed again or whatnot. But my strategy definitely performs a lot better when you get a sweep. The minute you get a sweep, it's not, I can say guaranteed, but it definitely takes off a lot quicker. I knew realistically it was going to at least hit a 1-to-1 because I've been using the strategy for some time now. And 1-to-1s is smashes. And you would think to yourself, well, why not just do a 1-to-1? Because then I'm leaving money on the table. So that's why I wanted to show you guys as I'm getting this thing ready, because only reason why I'm showing y'all this because when I do this again or show y'all, it's not gonna make sense. Like, how did he get more money in this account from more trades? It's not gonna add up. So I want to be more transparent with y'all, and y'all check this out. Once again, Wall Street Mania, I love y'all. If y'all do like this content, y'all did like me trading live, please let me know. But I love you guys. I will see you guys soon. But now we are up 396 on the day on our funded. That's all that matters. But love you guys. Peace.